So let's talk about some of the particular shapes that you mentioned in your book. Pear shape, for example. What problems does a pear-shaped woman have, and how can she dress for her shape?
Yes, so pear-shaped women, as we know, have narrow top with a narrow waist and then wider hips, bottom and thighs. So what they have to do is really emphasize the top part of their body and minimize the lower part. They do look more in proportion. So this is really what I recommend in the book.
Okay. So you've actually written a separate book for pear-shaped women, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah, it's doing really well, and I've received really good comments on this. It's especially centered on day wear, which is the area where most women want to look good during the day, whether for work or leisure.
Okay. So for pear-shaped women, emphasise the shoulders and minimise their hips and thighs. Mhm. What about apple-shaped women? What can they do to dress more for their shape?
Apple-shaped women have usually got a good upper area and good legs, but their shape is not as well defined as other shapes. So what I would advise for this is more maybe of a looser garment around the waist area and show their best features, which are the top part of their body and their legs.
Mm-hmm. Okay. A rectangular shaped woman, how can she dress better for her shape? And can you maybe give us an example of a woman that is rectangular shaped?
I am rectangle shaped. So what I like to do is emphasize the waist area because we very much, up and down with not much definition in the bust area or the hips and the bottom. So I like to emphasize the waist or the neck area and the legs as well. So yes, this is a good example.
So the inverted triangle, tell us a little bit about that. And is there another woman that you can give us an example who may be an inverted triangle in your term?
Yes, inverted triangles are usually wider in the shoulders area and they go narrow towards the shape, the waist and the hip area. So they are really almost the opposite of the pear shape. So what they have to do really is minimize their shoulders area, uh, not wearing this kind of neckline, for instance, because for them that would make them even wider here. But wear, for instance, V-necks and A-line skirts. For instance, the person I can think of at this moment is Tamara Ecclestone. She's inverted triangle. So her shape suits A-line skirts very well.
And last but not least, of course, the hourglass figure, and we all think Marilyn Monroe when we say this. So, what can hourglass women who are plus size maybe do to dress more for their shape?
First of all, hourglass are well proportioned, and so what they can do to even emphasize their shape better would be to emphasize the bust area, maybe with a V-neck along to show their cleavage. Emphasize the waist area, and this shape is especially good with pencil skirts or A-line skirts. So you have these two, and they look fantastic. If I was an hourglass shape, I would not bother too much with trousers because what a waste. I think when you have such a shape, an hourglass in a skirt, you look fantastic.
So, all shapes, all women have things that are wonderful and they can show off. So, you're saying emphasize your best points.
Of course, and minimize the areas you like the least to make the most of what you have.
Is there any Is there anything that a woman of any shape can wear as an accessory that will show off her good features?
Whereas I think a smile does something for everybody, yes, so it is definitely our best accessory, the smile.
Okay, Marianne, thank you very much indeed for talking to us.
Thank you. À bientôt.